Yeah, listener, I had to watch the fight, which I didn't do fight night. I watched it last night and I really enjoyed it. I mean, I will tell you what, it was a clash of two really high level bantamweights. And I got to tell you something. I think you could have given the fight to Patchy or the Polish fighter. You have to forgive me, I can't pronounce the guy's last name. There's no way. But the question on Patchy is deep. Dana's done this for a really long time. And in the early days, I somewhat understood it, right? If you were a champion from another organization, he would bring you over and he'd give you the toughest fights possible. Eddie Alvarez was a prime example of that. He came over and he gave him Donald Cerrone, which is not that Donald Cerrone is the biggest killer in the world. It's just Eddie's a really short lightweight and Donald's a really tall one, right? So he mismatched him on purpose. And there's a lot of other examples, I think, of that happening. There's also other examples of guys struggling in their first UFC fights. You know, Jake Shields had a notoriously bad bout with Martin Kampmann. He probably lost that fight. They gave it to him because they were trying to preserve the George St. Pierre match. But then Jake went from winning a split decision against Kampmann to fighting George St. Pierre, the best fighter in the world, 3-2. Right? And you know, back then, a lot of it was explained away with the ring. Look, MMA was formed, or UFC anyway, to prove how good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was. And so the mats were really big. They allowed people to work on the ground. I think as time has gone on, they've shrunk that cage a little bit. I remember when Gilbert was making that transition from Strikeforce to the UFC. I think his first fight was Benson. You know, they in the gym they had to recreate a UFC ring using like fake ropes and stuff, but the size of it was what was so different. So there's a lot to get used to. Number one, the crowd. There's no crowd like it in the world, right? Number two, the ring. I don't know if that still holds true so much today, but number three, you know, you're finally on the big stage, right? As far as Patchy goes, I thought he fought really well. Were there some ho-hum moments? Yeah, like he stands in front of people. I think you guys were making fun of that with like he's got the Jamal Hill movement of a bantamweight, right? Like, which is really I stand and bang right in front of you. You can't really do that with anyone in the UFC because they're all good fighters in their own way. I thought it was a classic jiu-jitsu exhibition on the ground, not just for Patchy, but that Polish fighter was awesome. He's been training with Jana Jędrzejczyk for so long. I mean, and it really showed. So, you know, I enjoyed the fight. Patchy's had two really hard tests, man. You know, Mario Bautista, and then now this Polish fighter. They're not giving him easy out. So, you know, if he's looking to hold on, what can I say? As far as the announcers go, everybody knows where Patchy came from, and he was expected to win. He hasn't been doing it. Everybody, like and follow for more on the fight game.